Couldn't find anybody to practice with. Didn't want to spend money for a private lesson, and I didn't get any ball machine time. So what are you going to do? You still want to go out there, but tennis is a sport obviously where you have to have somebody hitting the ball back. Well, never misses, always gets the ball back, and is pretty much open all the time. Maybe you have to share a little bit, but the wall is one of the greatest practice partners that you can have. My name is Meike Babel. I'm a former top 30 WTA pro, and let me tell you, I used that thing at my hometown club until it drove people nuts because I wanted to be more at the wall rather than be on the real practice court. So I'm going to show you a ton of drills that you can use at any time. You can use them to get better at a certain shot. You can use them to warm up for a practice, a lesson, or a ball machine session, or you can just do them as an exercise tool because it's so easy to find a wall somewhere. So let's get started. I'm just hitting 50 balls. They can be anything right into my target that you can see. So I'm just getting a feel for the ball here. So let's see how I'm doing. Just trying to get a groove here. Can be forehands, can be backhands. Just gonna find how high, how hard I have to hit the ball. 48, 49, 50. First drill, 50 forehands in a row. Could be that I'm hitting some uneven spots, gotta move. Okay, I'm trying to hit them just straight up here. 50 balls. Only forehands. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And you guessed it, the next drill is just backhands. Up. Not hitting too hard, because I want to get repetitions, of course. It's the whole point of the wall. Could also call her Arantxa Sanchez Vicario because she never missed. Next drill, alternating forehands and backhands. So what I'm going to do is I'm still trying to hit my target, but I'm giving it some angle. So I'm not just going to go straight up. I want to just feed myself the ball properly. One a forehand and then a backhand. So I'm having some lateral movement here. And I got to bring it back under control if I'm too greedy. You can also do a variation of this drill. You're playing it straight up so that there is no angle, and you basically feed the ball into your forehand or backhand. You hit it straight up, and you move around the ball to get a forehand, get a backhand. So just straight up. Okay, let's start with the forehand. Got to move around. Backhand, forehand. So I'm just working on creating space for either shot. There we go. That's where I have to really move. Now, will I do that in matches to run around my forehand and get my backhand? Probably not. But sometimes you're getting jammed on a ball. You got to figure out how to get out of the way. So that's a really good drill for that. The next drill gets really intense real quick. You're hitting a forehand cross court, and then you're going for an inside-out forehand, which leaves your forehand wide open. So you really have to move really quickly. So first ball, forehand cross court, find your forehand inside out. Forehand cross court, inside out. Oh goodness. Ah. All right, get back to it. Forehand cross court, forehand inside out. Forehand cross court, and then I shot myself in the foot. So you got to work with your pace a little bit to figure out how hard can you hit the ball to still get the value of the drill. So let me do it one more time. So first ball, cross court, inside out. Defense, cross court, inside out. Backhand variations. We're going to alternate between a regular backhand and a slice. So I'm starting with a regular backhand and then a slice. And if I do not feed it well, I have to just move my high knee. That does help if I get to my target. Oh, I already jumped into the next drill, which is slice only, my favorite shot. And you can start messing with yourself a little bit, a little shorter, then a little harder, because a slice is a great defensive tool. And if you want, you can go back to alternating or do something like 2 and 1. 2 and 1. Up to you. You figured it out. Volley time. All right, let's start with just volleying 50 volleys. They can be anywhere. You're really working on your split steps and keeping that wrist out in front because you really have no time. Work on your continental grip. Did you say that you didn't know how to find your continental grip? I'll put it in the description below. I made a video about your volleys, how to find your continental grip. Super important grip. Check out that video. But let's get warming up here with our volleys. I'm really trying to stay balanced. Ideally, not letting anything bounce. Of course, you can do your 50 forehand volleys, your 50 backhand volleys. I'm starting with alternating. 50 balls, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, almost. 49, 50. Mamma mia, I haven't done that in a long time. This is a drill that I used to do a ton with partners, but really predominantly at the wall. So you're working your way in to the wall really close, then you soften up your touch there a little bit, and then you work your way back out. So in the beginning, it's more transition volleys, then it's really touch volleys, and you figure out how much harder, how much higher you have to volley that ball to push yourself back off the wall, basically. All right, so these are transition volleys. Ooh, don't let the ball bounce, Babel. Okay, I'm getting closer, working my way in. Okay, these are touch volleys. You can do 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you work your way back out. And on the way back, these are more defensive volleys. And then I'm going back in. And back out. Don't let it bounce. Little tip here, if the volley comes, or any ball, comes to the half of your body that is your active side, the side that you have your racket hand on, how do you react to a ball that comes directly into my body? Either right here or actually a little bit more to my hip or my right shoulder. I like him this way, okay, because my joint moves this way. I probably don't have enough time to get around here. So you see that a lot in really good play, in world-class play or higher college level. They try to blast the ball right here. Now, I've seen Bethany Maddox-Sands switch her grip and do this. Let's have her do that, okay? Because she knows that, of course, she goes back into her continental grip. But all the other volleys, I would take that little sickle sort of guillotine motion here. Okay, that's how you deal with that volley. Next drill is half volleys. Okay, so what we're trying to do is feed the ball in a way that I have to let the ball bounce, and what I then want to do is I build a wall behind the ball and just punch forward and up. Because if I open my racket face, the ball will roll over my racket right here. So again, just short, hopping the ball, and of course I got to get my tush down to the ball. So let's see how I'm doing on those. Hit him too deep. I may have to hit him behind me, which is not ideal. And again, that's a pretty heavy leg workout. The next drill simulates a little bit of what you can encounter in doubles, a lot. You are forced to hit a half volley, but then you close in. So you're playing a half volley, close in for a volley, and then use that volley to again let yourself be pushed back. Half volley, and then you guessed it, you're coming in again. So again, that's a leg burner. So I got my half volley, I'm closing in. Half volley, closing in. Half volley, closing in. And then I'm out of position. So it looks pretty frantic, and it is, but that is what you get a lot of times in doubles. And it's about just getting higher volleys above net line so you're not forced to dig out stuff at your feet. Now the next one is one that we did a ton as kids, and we played a game called Smasher. You had to hit the ball as an overhit. You had to bounce it in front of the wall and then make it over the net and try to open up angles so that the next kid couldn't hit the ball anymore. It didn't, reach it. So if you have a wall like this that's really wide, that's an awesome game. But you can, of course, just do this by yourself, overheads. And this is a really great way to practice overheads because I think actually it's one of the most under-practiced shots, because I know that a lot of people hate them, so they don't want to practice them. But it's a great game, do it. So bouncing the ball in front of the wall here and work on my overheads. Work on my backhands. And of course, the harder I hit it, the further I have to back up. So that's when I want to work on my drop step, crossover, and then if you are already at that level, work on your scissor kicks. So those are the sequences that I used to do a lot as a kid. So experiment. Again, let me know in the comments which drill you like the best. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so.